Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Faida Farisya binti Muhammad Faizal and I am from Group Coral. Today I'm going to present my design of Rehabilitation Center for Coral Reef. But first, as you can see, these are the compilation of boards to show the overview of my presentation board. Now I am going to present my first part. First, the location of our rehabilitation center is Kampung Hijrah Pahang, as you can see in the key plan and also the location plan. Our site is near with UNICEF Research Center that owned by IIUM itself. Moving on to my first precedent studies. The first precedent studies is Palau Coral Reef Center, which has an area of 833.13 meters squared. The three things that I can synthesize from this study is building facing the wind, three different spaces which are administration building, research and also visitor center, and the last one is garden for landscape. The second precedent studies is Belmont Community Rehabilitation Center and it has 600 meters squared of an area. And the three things that I can synthesize from these studies is maximization of opening to landscape and view, office at the second building and the large window for ventilation. Moving on to my case study. The first case study is foundation. I chose deep foundation because the soil underlying is weak and it is in poor condition for a building. Next is tank. So I chose to use large tank for planting coral and provide enough lighting to prevent coral bleaching. And the last one is concrete and steel. It is because they are moisture resistant, high aesthetic value, and most durable and strong. Next is my site synthesis. As you can see, I am from site B, which we have two sites. So from the analysis, I can synthesize this area to make sure it is integrated with my design. The first one is elevate for safety reason for the user. The second one, it is decided to build jetty at the small site for circulation purpose and to propose an area for coral propagation in the sea. Next, from the wind direction that came from the north, it is the best decision to orientate the building facing the north to have a good ventilation. And the last part is build an accessible road to ease the user to enter the place. After that, my design concept. My concept is a region of coral, as we know that coral is full of repetition and harmony between them. Let's jump to my design development. So from the axis, I took two main axes which are wind direction and view direction. From that, I got an irregular shape and then I applied the repetition in coral to my design, which also represent the synthesis of the precedent studies. After that, I resize it to enhance the importance according to the space. Finally, I connect all the three buildings and elevate the roof for a great sun shading. That's all from board 1. Let's move to the next board which show the site plan and floor plan of my design. In the site plan, we can see the circulation of the road for the users to enter the site using vehicles. There are 16 parkings for the user and extra parking at the back for loading purpose. Moving on to the ground floor plan, the circulation starts when the user enters the lobby and there are long aquarium along the lobby and around the area to emphasize the beautiful feeling of coral. At the right side of the lobby, there are exhibition area and cafeteria that facing the sea. While at the left side of the lobby, there are a showroom that are part of the exhibition, gift shop and all the public facilities. After that, the user can enter the office and laboratory for any purpose. Then, the user can go through the hallway to go to the service room and storage room. After that, there will be a spot for the user to relax at the pergola area. They can enter back the building through the door at exhibition area. And this is the first floor plan that only have space for reading purpose. Moving on to the next part, the elevation drawing. As you can see, I elevate the building for safety purpose. These are my northwest elevation. northeast elevation and southeast elevation. As you can see, there are lots of window and glass to maximize the view and also the wind. And these are the perspective drawing and the interior part in the cafeteria. Next, the fourth board, which contain quite similar to the third board, which are elevation. This is southwest elevation, and below it is section cut of two axes X and also Y. And this is the other perspective in different angle and exhibition area for the interior sketches. And the last board, which is board 5, that contains construction, building service and lighting for environmental science. For the construction detail, I'm using concrete as the wall and steel as the roof material. And these are the building service that show the sanitary and water supply system. And the last part is lighting design strategies. So the sufficient illumination for exhibition area is 300 lm per m squared, 250 lm per m squared for dining area, and 200 lm per m squared for kitchen. For exhibition area, the lighting method that suits is luminous ceiling as main lighting, as it can make the space expand and visually makes it bigger. The technique used is angle recessed lighting, and the ambience lighting is down lighting and highlight technique. For cafeteria, the lighting method that suits this area is recessed lighting because it's to provide more coverage area. It lights up every corner of the room uniformly. The technique used is direct mount ceiling, and the ambience lighting is grazing and down lighting. So we are done with the board presentation. Next is model. This is my conceptual model. My mock-up model. My final model in scale 1:100. And my structure model, and I use post and beam for my structure. I think that's all from my presentation. I hope you enjoy and understand my video. Assalamualaikum.